Party people, let's talk Algorand, Web3 and mass adoption. You know, one of the ways that we can accomplish this is by doing good with Web3. And you may be saying, hey, Voltron, what are you talking about? What can we do that's good, that'll bring mass adoption? Well, let's think about causes. Let's say you have a cause and you want to raise money for this cause. We can do it the traditional way. But there's some skepticism when we do it that way. Lots of times people wonder, hey, if I donate money, how do I know that that money is actually making it to the people who is intended to receive it, if that's the purpose of the cause, to help, say, people in Ukraine? How do I know that the bulk of that money was not siphoned off and suddenly we have a CEO of an organization that went from being poor to being a multimillionaire? Web3 can be the solution to that. And Algorand is starting to look at that. Metagoods is a company that Algorand has invested in, and they are looking to do good using Web3. And we can see some of the things that they have done. They have raised money with 100% of that money going to help civilians of Ukraine, people who have been devastated by that war in Ukraine. And we can see some of the other stuff that they have gotten involved with. For example, Afghan Girl. How many of you guys remember Afghan Girl? Most of you may not know who she is, but if you were around in the 80s, you guys remember that image of the girl who got caught in between the war of the Soviet Union and Afghanistan. We've heard of the Afghan war, we're thinking about the USA, because the USA recently was in a war with Afghanistan, but before that, there was another war with the Soviet Union, which we now call Russia. And she was a refugee caught in the middle of that war. Soviet Union, Afghanistan went to war. She got caught and they were trying to flee. They were trying to get out of there. She ultimately ended up in Pakistan. Pakistan caught her and sent her back. But by this time, the Afghan-Soviet Union war had ended. The US was now in a conflict in Afghanistan, and this war has come to an end. US withdrew and the Taliban has taken over. And then there are a lot of people who remember the Afghan girl and they're like saying, hey, what's going to happen to her? Is she in danger? Because the Taliban said that they are going after all women who are famous, who are powerful, and want to get rid of them. So a lot of people who remember the girl are feeling scared that her life was in danger, so they decided to, hey, we're going to raise money and get her out of there. Get her out of Afghanistan. So Metagoods got involved, raised some money via NFTs, used that money to help her get out and get her into Italy. So they worked out some sort of deal to get her out into Italy, and now her family is safe. And we can see that Web3 is being used for good. And the nice thing is, people can go onto Web3 and audit it if they want to, so that they can see that the money that came in went out to the cause. So good news for Web3, good news for Algorand because they invested in Metagoods, and good news for humanity. Anyway guys, until next time, peace out, safe investing.